Hello everyone and welcome back to our training tutorials, our video tutorials. Today we're going to be talking about user account management, how to change your username and password, and also how to add additional users. Okay, now real quick, let's go over some of the reasons why you need to do this. Now, first of all, when it comes to changing your username and password, we realize that a lot of our the usernames and passwords that our system automatically generates for you can be very long and random and hard to remember. Of course, we do that for your protection and to make sure that there isn't any duplication of username and passwords. But it's easy for you to update and change those so that they're more easy for you to remember. But again, we encourage you to make sure that you come up with a username and password that's not easy to be hacked or discovered by someone that you don't want to give access. So when we go through that, just make sure you keep that in mind, that when you update your username and password, you put it to something that's relatively difficult for someone else to guess. Now, on the other hand, when you want to add additional users, say you've got employees or other people in your business or in your company that you want to grant access to your web builder, your management area here, you don't need to give them your username and password. You would be the primary user. I'm assuming anyway that that's who's watching this video. And if you're not, you may still have access to add accounts. But the best thing is to not give other people your login for security purposes. Just create another login for them, and we'll show you how to do that today as well. So first thing you're going to want to do after you've logged in is click on the System tab up here in the top right, and then click on User Accounts right here. Okay, now this is a demo account, so there's a lot of fake information in here. You would probably only see one, and the one you would see is the one without the delete button if you're the primary user. Our system doesn't allow you, of course, to delete the primary user. Okay, now these others are secondary users, and they can be deleted if you want to, and we'll show you how to add those here in a second. But the first thing we're going to do is talk about how to update your user. The first thing you would do is click on the Edit button. And then in here you could change this, your name, your email to whatever, hit the back button, sorry. Go forward again on that. If I can get there, sorry. Update your email to anything you want. And then here, the username and the password, okay? So you can update your username to anything you want, update your password to anything you want, and then make sure that you retype it so that it verifies that you typed it correctly, and then other information that is optional that you can put in, you don't have to. Now down here, as the administrator, you're going to have access to all areas and additional storage you may add, so you can just leave these blank if you're the administrator. If you set manager, they would apply, but for now, keep it as administrator since you are the primary user, and click save. And it's as easy as that. Now next time you try and log in, remember you got to log in with that updated information and not the old information. It's also important to make sure that this email is correct, because if you happen to forget your password, there is a way to send yourself a reminder, but this email has to work and it has to be correct. Okay, now let's say that you want to add additional users. Okay, so we're going to go back in here. The way you would do that is just simply click this Add User button and then fill out the information. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and assume that you have more than one web builder in your account or store, like this does, and that you want this other user to not have access to everything. Okay, so what you would do is you would select them as a manager and then select which stores you want them to have access to. Another option is that can even allow you to grant more restrictive access is to select the third-party user level. And what that does is after you've created the account, in fact, let's go back here to one that's already created. After you've created the account and you set this, say, to third party, then you get this setup permissions link that allows you to come in and on a much more granular level decide what that user does and does not have access to. Okay, make sure you click update at the bottom so you can say no, to all sorts of different things, and then just make sure you click update. Okay, So that's how you add users, set their permissions or their access, and also change. Whoops, keep clicking the System tab there, and change usernames and passwords. And of course, if you want to delete users, you can use this delete button. Just ask you if you're sure, say OK, the page will refresh and they're gone. So simple as that. And of course, as always, if you have additional questions, you can ask us a question under the Support tab here, or contact or email your customer service representative with additional questions and help. Thanks again for joining. Talk to you next time.